want to welcome you guys out, everybody out there in internet land. Again, this is Abu Berry here in Dallas, Texas, with a good friend of mine, Mr. Larry Beachem. How are you today?
Good, doing good.
Real good, real good. This guy here is all over the internet. If you haven't seen him, if you haven't heard about him, you're definitely going to hear about him or hear from him today. Since we got him here, he's definitely killing the industry, killing the game as far as internet marketing as well as offline marketing. So since we got him here, we're going to ask him a couple questions concerning the network marketing industry. Now, you've been in the industry for quite some time now. You have a lot of success. And a couple questions. First question I want to ask is, what are some of the key things that you've actually been able to implement that's been such a huge success for you?
Social media, basically using the internet like Facebook, LinkedIn, using what I like to call the free strategies. Because when I got started, I didn't really have money to put into paid strategies. So I was sort of forced into the so-called free strategies. And because I was sort of forced into it, it was sort of a blessing in disguise because I was able to master LinkedIn in particular, but also Facebook and a few others. But it's also helped me to stay relevant to the most number of people because 9 out of 10 people don't have any money.
Right.
So if I were to talk to them about using paid strategies, I would blow a lot of people out, not because they don't want to do it, they just simply can't do it financially. So having free strategies like Facebook and LinkedIn and those kind of things, knowing exactly how to get on, how to communicate, how to invite people to take a closer look. I mean, there's a skill and a technique to it, but that's basically been my #1 strategy is just using social media.
Right, social media, and that's definitely a great way to expand your business and build your business. And the #1 thing I want you guys to take from this video is there are multiple ways that you can actually market. There are multiple things that you can actually do. You don't have to be stuck with the same old, write a friends list, chase your friends and family, that type of deal. Some of that, it actually works, but what we're actually sharing with you guys, there are multiple ways, especially the internet. You see we're in front of the sign, conquer the internet. This is a way that you can definitely explode your business. So before we get out of here, I want to ask you one more question. Most people, when they have success in network marketing, want you guys to understand it's not an overnight process, it's not an overnight grind. I mean, you definitely have to put some time in it. But for every person that I've talked to that's been successful, everyone guaranteed has a tipping point. It's been something in their life, some event or what have you that actually drove them into action. And Mr. Larry, I want to ask you this question. What was your tipping point? What was the #1 thing that actually just really drove you into action to get you to be successful like you are now?
On a Thursday morning, I was sitting in a coffee shop on my laptop getting ready to go to work, and the guy I was working for called me up and said that he came into he's a real estate professional, and during the time where real estate was really kind of volatile, and this is right after I left cables, my next job, and he had said to me that he came into the office and the lights were off. I mean, like cut off.
Right.
And he said that he had a choice to make, either pay the lights or pay me. The lights won. So I was instantly downsized at that moment. Then I ended up going to a book publisher, getting paid $9.25 an hour. I have 5 kids, a wife, and all of that. So I called my mentor, Cedric Harris, and I was telling him what was going on. And he basically said, Larry, you got 1 or 2 choices, man. You can go down with the ship, or you can fight to survive. It's your choice, basically. He said, and he gave me some basic things that I needed to do, and it started with the social media. He said, you need to become the king of free marketing. So I looked at my circumstances, and I didn't quiver under the pressure. There was times that I really felt like I wanted to quiver. But the tipping point was just knowing that, okay, I got downsized, there's nothing I can do. I can't find a good job. All the things that people typically respond with, I decided that I was going to really do what my coach told me to do and then sell out to the process. Now what that's defined as, anytime I had free time, I was on the computer marketing. It was early in the morning. I was getting up earlier than I normally would. I was staying up later than I normally would. I stopped playing basketball with the guys at church on the weekends. I cut back on the TV consumption. I mean, all that it took for me to really turn my thing around, I committed everything I had. It was like playing poker. How they say all in? I was all in and then some. I mean, if I could have detached my arm and put that on the table. But really, in all jokes aside, that was the tipping point for me, is knowing that if I didn't do this, that it was going to really be bad for my family. And so all of us have that champion on the inside, but very few of us really have the pressure to make it come out. But we do have pressure. All of us have pressures. But you got to be able to redirect that pressure into something constructive so that you can get a result. For me, it was getting pushed out of the job, and it was a blessing in disguise.
Definitely a powerful, powerful testimony. He talked about making the necessary commitment, and you heard him talk about just really being all in. I mean, this is the type of business, especially if you've never been a business owner before, a lot of us still come from an employee background, employee mentality, so actually being a business owner, you definitely have to make a commitment, a serious commitment. So if you definitely are serious about your commitment, and you really want to learn how to succeed, You can get with my good friend, Mr. Larry Beachem. He's all over the internet. You can also visit my website as well. This is Abu Berry signing off in Dallas, Texas, and we'll see you guys on the next video.